I have notes because I'm organized. But you know, Hakuna Matata. Just don't worry about it. Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Every Closet YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie, along with my partner Ethan. We are full-time resellers on the Poshmark app. We also resell on a few other apps, but honestly, it's mainly Poshmark. So if you like reseller content, if you are new to Poshmark, if you're thinking about selling on Poshmark, if you're thinking about buying on Poshmark, join us because we have a lot of information that we've learned over the last year of doing this full-time that we want to share with you guys. So hit subscribe and let's get into the video. Today's video is going to be about 10 Poshmark faux pas that you want to avoid as a new member of the Poshmark community to avoid upsetting other resellers. This is something I really wanted to know when I started reselling, and when I started on Instagram particularly, I was like, how do I know if I'm doing something wrong that people are gonna get mad at me for? That's always one of my biggest fears, and it's sometimes a reactive community, so I'm just here to help you avoid those problems. So let's get into them. The first Poshmark faux pas. This is one I totally agree with. Do not ever advertise your Poshmark closet on someone else's listing. No. That's a big no. Please stop doing that. It does not ingratiate you to whoever's listing you just did that on. They're probably going to mark you as spam, and it does not help people see your listings more. It does not attract people to your closet. It's useless. It's upsetting. It's a notification that the other posher just doesn't want to receive because it's useless to them, and we all hate it. I think this is a pretty universal one. Please stop advertising your closet on other people's Poshmark listings. There are lots of places to advertise your closet. There are lots of ways to do it. Poshmark has it set up. There's parties, there's host picks, there's sharing other people's stuff, there's them sharing your stuff, there's the homepage, people following you. There's so many ways for people to see your listings. That's not one of them. Don't do it. Faux pas number 2, and this kind of riffs off the first one. Don't, when you join Poshmark, treat Poshmark listing posts like Instagram posts. And by that I mean, do not like or comment on them unless you have a question or want to buy it. So a lot of people think this when they join Poshmark, and it's actually totally understandable. So if you do this or if you've done this, don't worry, no posher's going to be like super mad at you. Just phase it out rather quickly. People will do it to you too, and it's best to let these things roll off your back. It's not affecting you really in any way, but it is very useless to the posher if you're liking their item but you have no intention to buy. They're not more likely to share your items. They're not more likely to be ingratiated towards you. No, they are more likely to send you offers to buy that item, because that's kind of the connotation of liking on Poshmark. It's not the same as it is on Instagram, which means like, I support this. No, on Poshmark it means I might want to buy this, and that's all it's supposed to mean. So treat the like for what it's supposed to be for on Poshmark, which is an intent to possibly purchase, or at least you could be moved to purchase the item. And same with comments. There's not a lot of comments. Like, I've had people comment before like, oh, cute top. And I'm like, thanks. It's a waste of your time. I'm not more likely to share your stuff if you do that. Probably no other posher is either. It's not like Instagram where the likes and comments are engagement that help the post. Yeah, that's just something you would learn over time. But if I can skip that step for you, all the better. The third Poshmark faux pas to avoid doing. And this is a somewhat controversial one, but I had to include it because it is considered a huge faux pas by a lot of poshers, and that is selling fakes or inauthentic items. So say you find a Gucci bag at the Goodwill bins or Value Village or wherever you found it, and you buy it and you don't know anything about Gucci bags, you didn't even look up the style, you put it in your Poshmark closet, you're selling it for $500, you have no idea if it's fake, real, any of that, a lot of people would consider that a huge faux pas. And not just people, but Poshmark's policies. That is actually technically against Poshmark policies. So while a lot of people will tell you that you can sell inauthentic items, and that is true, some people do want inauthentic items because, again, the cost would obviously be lower. I would not recommend doing that through Poshmark because A, that could get you in trouble with Poshmark, and B, your customers aren't gonna like that. The other posters aren't gonna like that. They're gonna have to report your listing. Everyone feels bad. It's like a bad spiral. So just try to avoid that. And the part where it gets controversial is how exactly you're supposed to authenticate those items. I'm honestly so fuzzy on that. I've heard everything from check it against the one online to you have to authenticate it with a professional authenticator to there is no way to authenticate it. So that's where the controversy kind of comes in, because what is a fake could potentially fool even the professional authenticators sometimes. Like, I've read articles about people buying fake Chanel purses on the real world. Like, it happens. Things get missed. Mistakes get made. And I don't want to scare you away from listing luxury items. I really don't, because there's a lot of money in it. I just want you to start the process of educating yourself on what the major brands are, what the tells are generally for their items being a fake, what the tells are for them being authentic. And then when you have an item in your possession, looking all that up more in depth and possibly paying to get it authenticated. There are almost no guarantees that something's authentic unless you bought it directly from the store. And yes, it would be nice if our customers all knew that, but there's a certain amount of give and take. And what I would consider the biggest faux pas is if you lie about it. I don't think lying to your buyers is ever a good thing. I don't think it ever helps you. I don't think it helps them. I don't think it's helpful. But that's where I consider it a faux pas, is once you go in there into that category, I consider it like, okay, well, now you're making a business mistake. And I don't want you guys to do that. So just so you know, selling fakes is not allowed on Poshmark. And just do your best. And everyone's pretty understanding if there is a mistake every once in a while. We had a mistake once, a Balmain skirt. It fooled me. When the buyer let me know, I was like, I am so sorry. I thought I checked this very thoroughly. Clearly, I have more research I need to do. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Please return it. I'm very sorry. And I think that's generally how you want to handle that, if that's the direction that goes in. Faux pas number 4 is sort of along the same lines of don't lie to your buyer. And this one, I think, again, is universally, all poshers would probably agree with this one. Do not hide or de-emphasize the flaws in your items when you're listing them. You do not want to hide a single flaw from your buyer. So that means you're going to want to check all your items as thoroughly as you can for flaws. And we all miss things, and I've missed things, and it's okay. But you want to check as thoroughly as you can and try to avoid that situation. You're opening yourself up for cases if you do that. It's a bad business decision again. Just generally, bad business decisions are kind of faux pas. We want each other to succeed, so I don't want you doing these things. You're gonna get way less repeat buyers. You're gonna lose trust with your buyers. So what we do when we take photos is we emphasize the flaws. So yes, you want a nice looking cover photo as best as you can. But then when they scroll, they better be able to see if there is a slight discoloration, if there is a slight amount of pilling, if there is a tiny scuff on the shoe, anything that the pickiest person would consider a flaw in the item is something you need to disclose. We even overemphasize flaws, and so I want to save you the time and the energy of not disclosing your flaws fully. That is a huge faux pas. Just don't do it. Instead, show the flaws and sell it anyway. You don't always have to lower the price for a flaw. It depends on the flaw, it depends on the person, it depends on the brand, it depends on where the flaw is. Don't worry about flaws. You're gonna find some. You're gonna miss them in the thrift stores. You just need to tell the buyer about that ahead of time, because that is exactly how Poshmark's case and return system works. If there's something that the buyer didn't know about when they were buying, that's grounds for return. And that's not what you want, because you want the money from the selling of the item. Faux pas number 5, and this is an Instagram faux pas, and it's a really quick fix too, so just don't do it and fix it. It's when you post package stacks on Instagram, hide the buyer's name and address on the shipping labels. I just generally hide the shipping label side. I turn all the poly mailers facing the other way. It's really easy for me to do it that way, and then no one's information is getting spread. Your buyers did not ask to have their name and address out on your Instagram, you know? It's a really quick fix too. You can just take a draw tool and go over the names in white if you want. You can do it after the fact. You can do it before, like I do it. Just turn them around and don't even face them to the camera. However you're doing it, pictures of package stacks, awesome. You're a winner. We love you. Picture of package stacks with your buyer's home address and information. Stop that. Stop doing that. Faux pas number 6. And again, I don't think there's a posher out there who would disagree with me on this one. Please stop styling things to other poshers' bundles when they have not liked anything in your closet. This is also called direct sharing. It's when you directly share something to someone's bundle. And essentially what you're doing is you're putting it in someone's cart, sort of. The bundle is like the cart on Poshmark. So you're just putting things, you have no idea who this person is, what size they are, what they like, anything about them. They haven't liked anything in your closet. And you're sending them things that you're like, do you want to buy it? And then often right after they do that, they add a few things to the bundle, and then they send you what they think is a really great discount. They're like, oh, 50% off. And I'm like, oh, 50% off these things I didn't want? So 50% on these things I didn't want. There's no amount of discount. Even if this is perpetuated because 1 in every 200 times this works, that's not just a 0.5% ratio of success. That's not just a low percent of success. It's also a high percent of pissing off the other 199 people that you did that to. That gives us an email notification. Email notifications to me mean sometimes that I get money. But sometimes when people do this, it means that someone's asking me to give them money for things I'm not even interested in. The way our business is set up is not something that I'm making so much money from yet that I'm shopping all the time on Poshmark. So maybe one day I will be shopping more, but I'm not shopping now, and I do not need your email notifications telling me that I've received a nice bundle discount on some crap I didn't want. And again, I really don't think there's a ton of people who feel differently about this, so please stop doing that. Poshmark faux pas number 7 is when you're in the thrift store or wherever you're sourcing, anywhere you're sourcing, do not be one of those over-competitive, pushy, just I know we're all there to get deals, and I know this is business, and I know that means a lot to a lot of people. It means a lot to me. But that does not give you the license to shove anyone else, get up in anyone's face, to block someone from a rack that you're on, to come and hoard all the stuff and then look through it and put it all back. I don't even know what else you could do. But just in general, be nice to the other people that are doing the same thing as you. I have a Posh friend who was actually pushed, literally pushed by another Posher or reseller. I'm not sure if they work on Posh, but they're another reseller. And that is so beyond unacceptable. I do understand that this is a competitive business and we are technically in competition with each other, but you will get such a better response from the community, and you have such a better time here if you want other people to succeed as well. And at the very least, if you don't want that, if you act like it, that's the very minimum we would all like to ask. Faux pas number 8 is sending people lowball offers. What is a lowball offer? That's gonna depend who you ask. Some people think that 30% off is a lowball offer. Some people think 50% off. Some people think it starts at 70% off. I don't know where I would consider something a lowball. It really depends on my cost of goods, which to me, personally, which you as a buyer can't know. So this is one of those things that not everyone's going to agree it's a faux pas, and I'm not going to tell you to stop doing it. You can absolutely send people lowball offers. I think that some poshers will think, oh, an offer is better than no offer. A low offer is better than no offer. But I've been around the community a while now. I've seen a lot of Instagram posts, and I know that there are at least a good chunk of resellers who are going to be pretty offended. It's one of the faux pas that is completely understandable, and honestly, receiving lowball offers is part of the business. I think another faux pas, in my opinion, is complaining about lowball offers all the time, because it is just part of the business. It's part of e-commerce. It's part of doing this, you know? Just because that's my perspective on it, I know a lot of other people with the perspectives of that it is very insulting to send low offers, and like, I'm obviously not thrilled whenever I get an offer that is below 50%. I'm not jumping to accept it, that's for sure. And if you start that low, you are more likely to not get a counter even from a lot of poshers. So just keep in mind that you're not just paying for the used item, you're paying for the posher's time, storage, finding the item, all that kind of stuff. You're paying and supporting a small business. So yeah, just try and keep that in mind when you're sending offers. I know in particular it is a faux pas in the Instagram community. If you are another reseller and you're sending lowball offers, people don't love it. They don't love it. But yeah, this is one of those ones that's kind of controversial. There's going to be a lot of people out there who don't like it, and that's understandable. This next one is another one that I don't consider personally, but I know that a lot of people do consider it a faux pas, so I wanted to include it. Number 9, and that is declining offers. So on Poshmark, when a posher sends you an offer to likers or an offer in your bundle, you can accept it, you can counter, you can ignore it and just let it expire, or you can hit decline. And I have seen post after post after post of people saying, why you gotta hit decline, you know? Can't you just ignore it? Just let it expire? Why you gotta send me these negative notifications? And I totally get that. Sometimes it does feel really terrible when you're sending out offers, and especially like from the perspective of the posher, sometimes those offers feel really generous to you, and then to just get a bunch of declines back, like that's just heartening. That sucks. But again, it is also just, this is part of the business. This and the last one, it's part of e-commerce, it's part of selling online. You're gonna have to get used to it. Me making this video isn't gonna make people stop lowballing, and it's not gonna make people stop declining offers. So it's something to get used to if you're a new posher, but also if you're a buyer, just know there's a lot of people out there who don't love that. And it puts a little sad face on that moment of the day. Okay, and finally, number 10, the 10th faux pas on Poshmark. And this is a faux pas no matter what your business is. And honestly, it's just a faux pas in life in general. So this is basically just some generalized life advice. But I hear people talking about it a lot. So let me tell you guys, try not to ask other poshers for help without giving anything back in return. The community is there to help you. If you have any questions, if you don't know how to start up your US closet, link over here or something for that video that we just did. But like, if there's anything we can help you with, 99% of the Poshmark community on Instagram and on Poshmark are there to help you. We want to help you. That we want new poshers on the platform. We want new poshers to succeed. That's like weirdly happy for us. But if you come into the community and you are asking for advice and asking for advice and asking for advice and asking for help and asking for offers and asking for likes and comments and asking for people to buy your stuff even, which I don't think is something we should expect of each other. We are all sellers. Let's not expect that of each other. Just my opinion. But if you're asking for all these things from people, you're gonna want to at some point provide something back. It's not supposed to be that reciprocal, like you ask someone a question and they answer it, so you share 50 of their items. It's not like that. We all know it's not like that. It's not supposed to be that kind of transaction. We do just want to help. But, you know, at some point when you have some knowledge to share, when you do some research, when you find something cool that you think is new, anything that you could add to the community, anything that you think might help people, you are like spreading likes and comments to other people's Instagram posts, to their YouTube videos, to this video right here, hit like, subscribe. God, that's nice. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, if other people are helping you, the best way you can show your gratitude for that is to pay it forward. Thinking about how you can help others, thinking about how you can be of service all the time, trying to provide value in the items you're selling, in the information you're giving, in the support you're giving, anything like that. It will be indirect, but you will feel the benefits from that over time. And I think that's just a very good approach to have no matter what your business is, no matter like what social media you're running. At the same time, it is also a common faux pas that people complain about. You know, I just think the more connections you make, the more joy you spread out to the world, the more joy comes back to you. And I think that's a great way of doing things. And I think that's what the whole Poshmark community is trying to be. That's what we're all trying to be about. So yeah, those are the 10 faux pas. Some of them are like hard no's, and then other ones are like, you can do it, meh. Or, it's part of the business, it's gonna happen. Take them all with a grain of salt. None of them are gonna get you banned other than maybe selling fakes. The online world can be a harsh place to build a business, but I think this community is a really lovely place to do it. Try to be kind, try to be giving, try to be honest. That's all you have to do in business. That's all you have to do in life. And with that, I will leave you, and we will see you in our next video. Hit like and subscribe, and I think you're awesome, and I know you're gonna do awesome, and I'm really proud of you, and you're great.